following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, the guys talk about more crazy police, Kamala Harris becoming Joe Biden's running mate, the best and worst from the association, NFL training camps, and as always, they answer a listener question and wrap things up with some trivia. On to the show. Yeah, that's what it is. I guess we gotta do it then. You alright? Check. Pool. Out. Money. West Coast. Let's get it. Strap in, let's take a ride. Oh yeah, it's about that time, right? Been waiting all week to get to this. It's finally time to defy life. Let's chop it up, keep it trail, no other way. That's what we do. We might disagree, but it's all love. Guarantee we gon' speak the truth. Yeah, this hit different. My guys with me now. Who's with us? Stick around for a few minutes. It's contagious. You'll get it. You downloaded the realest. Don't feel us, but get out. You not rocking with Defy Life, then what's your life about? This ain't the Defy Life. Told you. On to the shy life. I'm gonna let this ride out though. Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. This episode is sponsored by Bud Bottles, home of the Bud Bottle and the Bud Freshener. Please visit budbottles.com for your odor eliminating needs. This is episode 168. Y'all come on in, wipe your feet, close the door behind you. I'm your host, J.R. Glimpf, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Thomas Stevens, Alvin Glimpf. What's good with you, Pooh?
Man, nothing. Chilling. Ready to get it in. Ready to get the show going. What's good, fellas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man. What's going on?
What's good, Al?
Hey, man. Doing good, brother. Good to be here. Good to hear y'all voices. And looking forward to another good show. It's Tuesday, so let's do this.
All right. It's Taco Tuesday, whatever the hell money used to call it. Yeah, that stuff.
Two for Tuesday.
Terrific
Two
Tuesday. Yo, shout out to Money West Cole and Hollywood P over at Unsupervised. Y'all keep doing it. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Good week. Y'all had a good week, man. Seems like it's been forever since we talked for some reason.
It does seem a long time ago, but yeah, had a good week, man. Good weekend. Just the anniversary, the celebration. Definitely appreciate the love that y'all showed on One Eye Shut. That was definitely a good look. And just enjoying the love we received throughout the weekend from folks, and it was just a good weekend. So yeah, all in all, good to be here.
Cool. I ain't gonna steal the thunder from When I Shut and Gina's opportunity to talk about it, so I ain't gonna go too deep into what y'all did for your anniversary. But happy anniversary, man.
No doubt, man. Happy anniversary. Yeah.
So, like always, a little bit of house cleaning before we get into the meat of the show. Again, shout out to our patrons. We appreciate the support. Folks always ask, what's the best way to support the network? Go to patreon.com/Go Defy Life and become a patron of Defy Life. You can help support our growth and allow us to host events and continue to work in our community. For less than the cost of your favorite fast food combo, you can support Defy Life. GoDefyLife.com is where we house all of our written content. DefyLifePods.com is where you can find all of our podcasts. And DefyLifeGear.com, of course, is where you can find our branded apparel. Al, did I cover everything? Pooh, did I cover everything?
Yeah, you good, man. Al must have still been counting. Yeah.
Al, maybe Al saying I didn't cover something. I don't know. But
you know he's on mute. He's muted.
He's on mute. Yeah.
Talking, yeah.
yeah, yo, that's good. That's good.
It's everything. Check.
Check,
yeah.
Right. He gonna go back and listen to it tomorrow. Like, man, they took out my favorite part.
Right.
Skip the J on that part, man. That's all right, though. Oh
Uh,
man. Well, man. Kind of, you know, very recent news as far as as to this recording. Joe Biden has selected Kamala Harris as his running mate for to be his vice president running mate. What are your thoughts on him selecting Miss Harris?
Man, I really didn't don't know a lot about her. I was just talking about that to V's
Yeah.
earlier, probably about 2 hours ago.
Mm,
I was talking to him. I was like, man, I had really liked the young lady from Atlanta, but I'm not sure if he could have chosen her as a running mate. But he told me that Kamala, she's extremely smart, but he says she's extremely opinionated. Like she's the opposite of Joe. She's like mad fiery, and he said he can see her either she's gonna attract a lot of people or she's gonna turn a lot of people off with her
yeah.
personality. So that's what he was telling me about her.
Yeah, she's absolutely polarizing. And it could help him. Like I said, she rubs people the wrong way, or they staunchly support her. One things that could, a couple of things that could hurt him is she basically called him a racist during the debates. Um,
Oh,
so before, while she was, still in the running for the Democratic primary, so
okay,
she basically called Joe Biden a racist.
yeah,
And it didn't take long for Trump and his associates to kind of jump on that. They've already kind of
I
mentioned
saw I saw that. Yeah,
it.
I saw that.
But the good thing is, obviously, she's a damn good debater. So,
Right.
it's going to help him, when they go into the vice president debates. Um, you know, the, I'm, I'm a bigger fan of Stacey Abrams than I am of Kamala Harris.
Okay.
She she's not from she's based on her record and her track record and her propensity to lock up black men, um, and
Mm.
send black men and young black men to jail. She's not the like the progressive that she says she is.
Okay.
So just based off of her history, and I know people can change, and hopefully that part of her has come full circle. But we'll
Right.
see. But she is a historical candidate, obviously. So she's gonna, be intriguing running next to Joe Biden.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I think she's not perfect. She has her flaws, but I think to me she was the best available. Like I
Okay.
think she has the notoriety. I think she's been vetted, by running for president. She's currently a senator, so she
Right.
has kind of operated at the highest level of government, and I think there were times where like I was wondering if she was kind of ready, like especially in some of those early debates, she kind of didn't really have her legs under her, so to speak. But I think she finished strong, even though the tide just overwhelmingly slid to Biden. Um, but she was one of I would have put her in the top three of the candidates that were running. I think it was like 97 Democrats running for president. I would have put her at like the top three probably. So my brother texted me and said,
Oh, wow.
when it's Kamala, I responded back, wow, not bad. Kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
You could have done worse, but
Right.
Right.
I'll take her.
So
Yeah.
who was your top two? Who was your top two?
My top is
Bernie Joe. Oh, okay.
Klobuchar out of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Uh.
I liked her the best. And then second, I would have said Cory Booker.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Klobuchar, or however you pronounce her name. She got.
I'm sure I jacked it up too.
Yeah.
All right.
It's about that's payback for everybody that fuck up Glenn.
Right,
So,
right.
but yeah, Jim, that's my biggest hang up with her too. Is she has a history of locking up black men.
Okay.
But you could you could throw a dart at a map of this country and find people with that problem.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So it's not unique to her. So again, hopefully, recent events have kind of opened some eyes. And but Kamala Harris is not the worst choice. Again, it's risky because she's going to be polarizing to all people, black, white, left, right. She's going to be polarizing to everybody. But she one thing I do appreciate about her, and Pooh touched on this, is she has an opinion. Like, she's not afraid to take a stance and ride with it. So
She has what?
she has an opinion and she'll stick with it. She's not afraid to choose
Not lost.
a side. Right. She has an opinion, is what I was saying. Is that she's not afraid to take a stance on things and ride with it, good or bad, agree or not. I can appreciate, especially a politician who's not afraid to not straddle the fence. So,
Okay.
I can appreciate it.
I can appreciate that her or Biden is not Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Really?
that's true.
That's the only damn issue on this election, as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed.
Is, are you Donald Trump? All right, you will be considered. If you are Donald Trump, your ass is fired. Like, I just don't understand. It's only one issue to me.
Right.
you either him or you not. And if you
Right.
him, you ain't being considered in this election. Simple and plain.
True.
Agreed.
Yeah. And if you support him, you him.
That's how I
Agreed.
feel, man. I'm telling you, I really wish. I swear, I would really love if when you voted, like kind of like when you touch money from the bank or something and it explodes on your hand, so people are walking around with like purple dye on their hands, so we could tell, be like, oh, you voted for that motherfucker.
It'd be orange dye. It was Trump.
Whatever, orange dye. Okay, it'd be
Yeah.
orange dye on your hand. We'd be like, oh, word, you voted for him?
Right.
Okay, I would
Right.
really love to know them, those folks.
Right.
Because y'all need to get dealt with. We need to take y'all out to the bed. I'm saying.
Oh man, yeah. So we'll see. It's it's hard. I mean, we talked about this. I think Keon still is. It was a few months ago, but it would not shock me if Trump got enough support to win another election. It wouldn't shock me because
I'd be depressed.
it happened the first time, and we said it wouldn't happen.
That's
Right.
true.
So yeah, but
Also, stay tuned for Black folk questioning her blackness.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, I've already seen or heard, not even seen, heard somebody say, damn, I wish he had picked a real black person.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Yeah,
She
that's
black?
Right.
What we talking about here?
Black enough.
Right.
What they say.
Right. Wish he had picked a real black person.
Mhm.
Or blacker.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
And how crazy is it? I mean, this has nothing to do with the presidential race, but rest in peace to the famed wrestler Kamala. You remember Kamala? They used to his themes. It was African thing. I did not know that his real name was his real last name was Harris. The nigga's name was Kamala Harris. So I did not know that.
Wow.
And he died yesterday.
Okay.
So of
Wow.
course Kamala was his nickname, but his last name was Harris. So interesting, kind of ironic. So
Yeah, true that.
yeah. So hopefully it's a phoenix rising salute and symbolism versus dead in the water.
No doubt.
But
So I like her toughness. That's the other thing I like about her. Like, to your point, in terms of taking a stand, I like that she just stays in it and fights. And so, like, even when I was wondering, like, she seemed a little off kilter a little bit, but she didn't back down. Like, y'all play with athletes and they might be too shy, or the lights are too big, and then it's like, damn, y'all just gonna stop competing just because, like, no, we're supposed to turn it up here. And so she stayed at it and was just tough and dealt with, okay, like maybe I fumbled over a word or maybe I got lost in my thought, but she didn't quit.
Right.
And so I like her mental toughness.
Yeah.
That I do like about her.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's going to be a pretty eventful journey into
Oh yeah.
to through this voting process. And I was about to say draft day. See where my mind at. But Oh man. Another thing I'm sure is gonna be hot and heavy on the political campaign is the continuation of addressing police brutality. I don't know if y'all saw, but y'all see the video in Santa Clara, California, where there were outside of a store, there were a couple black kids that were being harassed and being attacked, and people from inside the store called the police to come help the kids. Well, the police get there, and what do? Pull up, draw rifles and guns on the black kids, have them hands up on the sidewalk, and folks screaming at the police, "Hey, you got the wrong people. Those are the ones that are being attacked. Shut up, back up." You know, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Shut up and back up. They end up
dang.
arresting the black kids while the other folks got away.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Same old.
Same old.
Same old.
But, again, this is, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but, and not saying that I agree with it, but this is why people riot and loot and steal, because the same shit keeps happening.
Right.
This is why they set buildings on fire. This is why they kneel at football games. Again, everything that some people somewhere don't like about something that somebody does. This is why they do it, regardless of whether you agree with it or not. This is why, because it's the same shit over and over and over.
Right.
What kind of breaking news we got?
Breaking news.
Crazy.
Breaking news.
What up?
Oh, what is it?
I don't know.
It just said MLS is back final, whatever that is.
Oh,
Portland,
I thought
Orlando
it was breaking
City.
news.
Nah.
Cops still arresting black folk for no reason.
Nah.
But that's more exciting than soccer news. It's MLS.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be Ohio State is playing with the SEC and ACC. That's what
College football dead in the water. They need to let that shit go this year.
Yeah, man. Telling you, not optimistic at all.
SEC and ACC still trying to play ball.
I'm sure they are for another month or so.
Yeah, right. Like, what's the point of the NCAA if not to settle scheduling? Like, if the NCAA is
step in and be like, hell no.
Right. Like, if you can't even let the
He's out.
if the NCAA can't even decide.
Dang.
Yeah, the NCAA.
Yeah, so, the NCAA is done for this year. They Keon done. So, we'll see how that goes. So, we were off the air. You guys were talking about some NBA stuff. We're talking about Luka and Melo and Dame, all that shit. So let's talk about it, man. Pooh, who's your biggest surprise and biggest disappointment from the bubble?
Biggest surprise? Oh man, I wanna say Luka because I hadn't really seen him play, but it's no way I could leave out what's his name, PJ Warren.
Warren, man.
It is no way I can leave that guy out, and I have to give shout out to Michael Porter Jr., who I wanted in the draft, but we drafted Wendell Carter Jr. We got the wrong Jr. But
Carter's solid now. That's what I was saying then. Carter's solid.
He don't have I don't think he have the depth to be like a face of a franchise, but Porter Jr., he has that. We just worried about his health, But I would have taken that chance because we don't have anything. I mean, we have Zach but I mean, I love Zach, but it's just if you got a chance to get that player, I say take the chance. Ozzie Newsome rolled the dice all the time, and he's gotten snake eyes maybe twice, but the other 10 times he struck gold. So I'll try it out, man. We should have took the chance, but GM Paxson, he's garbage. He's out the door now, but the guys don't know how to run. They ran our team in the ground. But disappointment of the bubble. Probably every time I watch, the Lakers, man, Bron just putting up a lackluster performance, man. Every time I done seen the Lakers. Last night he played well against the Nuggets backups, but he's just putting up lackluster. And and I'm not taking a shot at him. I'm just.
Word, you're not.
I mean,
But I,
nah,
but I think a lot
ask
of
me
that
about
has.
this.
But I don't think you can call it a disappointment because they've already locked up the number one seed.
They have.
So, like, what is there to play for?
I mean, but they weren't locked up when I was seeing them. You know. I
They
mean,
only had to win one game to lock up. That's what I'm saying. Like they went into the bubble with nothing to play for. The Clippers
true
weren't going
that.
to catch them unless they went like 0-11.
Right.
So I mean, I
I
get
hear you.
it. They're not playing great, but I mean, I've seen far more disappointments there than the number one seed in the West.
Who's that?
You want me to rattle off all these disappointments other than the number one
Nah,
seed
because
in the West?
everybody else played how much. I mean, what you thought they were going to be. But I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
just expected Bron to play better, not as in the Lakers being disappointed. I just expected Bron to play.
Bron don't turn it on until he goes 0-30.
I hear you.
It's every year. But that was a shot though. Go ahead, Al. What's your biggest surprise?
It was definitely a
you're right.
shot.
But
So,
I mean,
we're gonna keep it moving though.
Yeah,
We're gonna keep
we
it
moving
Y'all
because
crazy.
the Bulls not
Y'all
disappointing
crazy.
over there.
Yeah, we are. We disappointing everywhere we go.
No,
We
they're not.
disappointing at home.
Can't disappoint when you ain't there.
We're in the Chicago bubble, just us. And, hey, and we losing. Yeah.
Mm.
No, but they talking about doing a Chicago bubble for real.
Ooh.
And
Hey.
do what? Who gonna be
No,
playing?
no, the guys who didn't make this bubble.
Did you say AAU? Is that what you
No,
said?
no,
That's
the
what I
guys
said.
the
Yeah.
guys that didn't make this bubble, they're gonna
The rest of
let
the
them
teams,
finish
you
out the
saying?
season. Yeah.
Oh man, go
What
ahead
is it,
on.
14 teams or something? No, seriously.
I know you
No
serious,
joke.
but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling them to go ahead. Al, biggest surprise, biggest disappointment.
Um, I think Poole with Warren and Michael Porter Jr. definitely two of the biggest surprises. I'd like to add the Suns. Been
Okay.
balling, haven't lost yet, and Devin Booker hitting some big shots. Definitely was a surprise. Disappointment. I think I'm gonna go with my two young Buck squads, the Grizzlies and the Pelicans. And I know they're young, and this is probably an experience for them. But I guess I like the youth on that squad, and I was just hoping that both of them, one of them would just have some success going in this bubble. But it's just not. The Grizzlies might end up losing the eighth seed, the way they're playing. But we'll see. But those would be my two disappointments. I was really hoping that Ja would have some success, and the Pelicans with Ingram and Zion and Ball. I was just hoping they be better and be in the playoffs. So yeah, I would say that's my my surprise and my disappointment.
Yeah. You actually stole my disappointment is the two young squads, especially the Pelicans. For one, they're like we talked about what we were excited to see, and mine was to see Zion fresh and healthy at the start. Like everybody else starting the bubble, and they still playing with his minutes. Man, I don't get it. So there's this question. It's kind of, any reps are good reps, but considering some things a lot of things out of his control, some things in their control, it's kind of been a wasted rookie season for Zion. And you hate to see it because a lot of that stuff again is not in his control. But I was hoping that either the Pels or the Grizz would show up and take a stance. Which kind of leads me into my surprise is there's conspiracy theories out there that the Lakers are playing so bad because they want Portland to get a chance to get into the playoffs, which would allow my surprise Gary Trent Jr. a chance to show his skills in the playoffs. Trent Jr. is averaging 18 points since they came into the bubble, up from 14.6 during the regular season. He's become their fourth leading scorer. At times their third option ahead of Carmelo. So the kid from Duke and NBA bloodlines is showing his worth, man. I'm excited to see him blossom.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Kid from
And
Duke? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Then all the good players go to Duke.
Man, stop.
I think it's gonna be some
I mean, since 1985.
some playoff shockers too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
So too.
you can throw the pre-bubble success out the window, and I think teams like the Jazz, who I thought was playing well going into the playoffs, going into when they stopped it before the pandemic, that was a surprise. Milwaukee has been taking some hits recently. Philly lost Ben Simmons, so it's just like some of these teams who have big fan bases, and Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid's out. Well, he hurt his ankle, so I don't know how long he's out.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting, but I think there's gonna be some surprises that are just, this is a new season, people throwing the records out, and just people gonna go get it.
All right. Yeah, man. And like everybody's saying, and even the motto for the bubble is it's a whole new game. We don't know a lot that's going on, and in this situation again, none of these guys have ever played a playoff game in a ballroom. We know that much, with no fans there. So it could be, guys that feed off of the crowd's energy and feed off of the lights, the big lights. As far as we know, like Pooh mentioned, LeBron could be one of those guys. We don't know, but we'll see when we get the actual playoff time. It's time for dudes to actually play games that matter, and and either that or go home. So. We'll see.
I wish there was a way for them to simulate home court.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just part of the playoffs, and it's going to be real interesting to not have that as part of the equation.
Yeah. So, but again, the better team, which is the home court team, the better team should show up either way. We've never seen it before, but they don't have that benefit. So. We'll see. Again, it's a whole new game.
Especially because in the playoffs, you tend to have players who don't show up on the road. Right. You know what I mean? Like that makes it part of the playoffs. Is like, all right, well, J.R. Smith gonna shoot good at home. What he gonna do when he get on the road though? Is he gonna be able to handle the? Right. And now it's just gonna be pure hooping. So should be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, man. Speaking of dudes who show up and surprise, NBA training camps are underway, and NFL training camps are underway, and it never fails that in every team's training camp, there's at least one guy who becomes a training camp darling, where everybody falls in love with him, and everybody thinks he's going to be the next great undrafted player or the great, player that comes out of nowhere. And surprises in training camps becomes a star. Very rarely does it actually come to fruition, but it's fun to watch. Pooh, anybody in Chicago who you think could be a training camp darling and be a sleeper in training camp?
Oh man, I was just reading that they were going on and on about this linebacker. Dang, what's his name? He's I guess. The new age linebacker, like 6'1", 245, runs a 4.4. I can't think of his name. I'm gonna have to Google his name and give it to you when we reside back.
Al, you in Dallas? Anybody?
Well, he is he was a draft pick, but Bradley Anai.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
He's maybe I think he's like a 4th or 5th round draft pick. So he's not necessarily guaranteed a spot, but he's in a high need area in terms of a pass rush. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple of cats that are ahead of him on the depth chart when you're looking at guys that we picked a year ago, like Joe Jackson and Jalen Jones. So we got some depth there. And if Randy Gregory gets cleared, That's even, another body to contend with. But, coming out of the draft, there's really two guys that I'm hoping have a big impact this season. Him one, and the other one is Diggs, the cornerback. And, I mean, he was a second-round pick, so hopefully, he gets burned, and he's not really a surprise. But those are the two cats that I'm really pulling for.
Okay. All right. How about the Jets? Anybody in green and white?
So the Jets is, they a different beast because we are in a whole different place in terms of building, where we're building in our I guess the process of it all. Of course, looking into the draft, like Denzel Mims, another high draft pick, not somebody that's going to surprise, but hopefully, wide receivers, sometimes you never know how early they translate. So he's one that just stay on the lookout, but not necessarily a surprise. My surprise is going with another draft pick, but this is a safety. Dude's name is Ashton Davis.
Okay.
So with the trade of Jamal Adams, not that he's going to be automatically given the starting spot, because I think Bradley McDougall, who we got in the trade, is going to slide in there. But I think on special teams, and then hopefully, getting some burn on downs on defense. But I really like what I saw in terms of some of the highlights. I like his speed, toughness. He's always around the ball. So that's definitely somebody that definitely stay on the lookout for, because he might make noise early on in the season.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. And Pooh, another one to name for you to watch out for. Artie Burns, former Steelers first-round pick, who signed as a free agent after he kind of was, ran out of favor in Pittsburgh, but still a very young and talented dude. So watch out for Artie, man. I hope he does big things there.
We signed Artie?
Yeah.
Oh, he runs like a 4.33 or 4.32 or something like that, right?
Yeah, Artie's a Blazer.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I did see that, and I totally forgot about it. But I guess since Al wanted to throw draft guys, Mac's little brother, what's his name? Tre'Davious or something? Tre'Davious Mack or something like that.
Which Mac? Khalil Mack?
Yeah, Khalil Mack's little brother.
Oh, really?
Okay.
What do you play?
Yeah. We drafted. He plays backer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays linebacker. He's faster than, he's way faster than Khalil Mack. He runs like a 4.4.
I think this year, because of like the lack of preseason games, that's why I went with the picks. I think chances are there ain't gonna be too many undrafted free agents that really get enough looks in training camp to get the cut. So
I agree. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's that's why people will always want to cut out preseason games. That's the one reason I don't want preseason games cut, because it basically eliminates the chances of undrafted players to make a team.
It does. But I'm extremely eager to see Lil Mac get out there.
Ladarius,
yeah.
Ladarius Mack.
The Mac.
Yeah, and he played at Buffalo as well.
I see that.
He was under the radar, but he was relentless. Like, he was relentless. He was all over the field.
So which one is he? Is he the Daddy Mac or the Mac Daddy?
Wow.
I hate me.
So is he like a pass rushing dude, or he more of a
off-ball
linebacker? What's his?
He's a tackling linebacker. However, he can get after the ball. They put him all. He was everywhere. He was a rover. He was on the line, off the line. He was in coverage.
He's smaller than.
Yeah, he's smaller. Yeah, he doesn't have the build.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that frame. Yeah.
I'm talking about him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's damn. Mac is sick. Khalil Mack, Big Daddy Mac, is 6'3", 269. The younger one is 6'1", 240.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't have the same frame of his brother.
No.
Still
Not yet.
Small dude, but shit.
No.
Oh no.
Wow. that should be fun. In Pittsburgh, I guess it's weird because it's 1 year coming in that there's not a lot of positions up for grabs. So, and again, it's not it's not an opportunity. A lot of opportunities for undrafted players and guys flying under the radar because most of those dudes have already been cut to get the rosters down to 80.
Right.
So I would have to go with a guy who got hurt in preseason. Well, early in the regular season last year, who showed a lot of promise in preseason and a lot of promise on special teams. But you see, Ulysses Gilbert III, UG3 is what they call him.
UG3.
Yeah. But inside linebacker from Akron, who showed his ass in preseason. As far as being one, again, is a new age linebacker who can cover. He was covering slot receivers out on the edge and making interceptions in practice. Got one in the preseason game. Broke on the ball like a safety. And, he's about 6'1", about 230, and he can fly. But he got went up was out for the rest of the year. Went on the injured list after about week 4 with a back injury. So. He's fully healthy now, and with the release of Mark Barron and Vince Williams, not really known as a coverage backer, it's a good opportunity for somebody like UG3 to step in and make a name for himself.
So I got a question for y'all. Looking at y'all's draft, looking at the young crop of rookies last year, whom do you think might make that jump on your squad? Like from year 1 to year 2, is there anybody that stands out that's like, y'all expecting big things this year coming into the season?
For Pittsburgh, I would have to go with the receiver. In my mind, Deontay Johnson.
Okay.
Who was Pro Bowler last year as a returner, and ended up leading all rookies in receiving yards or receptions, one of the two. But he was a starter for most of the season. But Pittsburgh had, the Steelers had Ben Roethlisberger out, so it was up and down quarterback play. So with Roethlisberger coming back and just the natural progression as a player. And he's put on weight, and I think he played at about 178 last year. So, word is he's up around 185. So he's taking his off season seriously, and say he looks great. So I'm looking for a huge jump from Deontay Johnson.
Anybody on your squad, Pooh?
Yeah, I'm expecting the world out of David Montgomery. He was definitely hyped coming out, and all I heard was Matt Nagy really wanted him. He thought he was a first round guy. He compared him to the kid that Kansas City drafted.
Well, yeah, man. So we're going to get straight into our listener question. But y'all enjoy. Hopefully, like we said last week, we get a full season of the NFL. But your very own Thomas Stevens thinks we ain't going to make it to week 8. So, y'all take that with a grain of salt, I guess. But our listener question comes from, it ain't even a question, really. It's a damn good scenario. Randall in Sacramento, California. Shout out to Sacramento, Sacktown.
Sack.
Randall says, you invite 3 people over for a dinner party. 1 to impress your wife, 1 to impress your kids, and the other to impress your co-host. Al, who are the 3 people you inviting?
To understand what are we talking about here? Because I had to ask the question first, which is, are these people we know, or when you talk like, so am I like, do I get to vote? Do I get to invite Barack Obama?
Right.
Or
yeah, so
is it more?
I'm taking it as that. It's like a dream scenario.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say everybody alive, because if you invite somebody that's not alive and they show up, you impressing the fuck out of everybody. I would say
We
everybody
did a
has to
good
be
job.
alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me cross Dick Gregory off the list then. But okay, so it's my wife, kids, and co-hosts.
And co-host.
So I think my wife, I would still go with Barack Obama as the impressive. I think we both have enough respect of the president that would be impressive. For my kids, I would pick. So my kids, I would probably have to pick somebody from the hip hop era, just to. While it wouldn't be that. I would pick J. Cole. Because that's an artist that we all share respect for, admire. My and son and daughter, we all, varying. I probably like him more than they do, but J. Cole would probably be my kid guest, and then my co-host. My co-host, I would have to pick. I would have to pick. It'd have to be. I'd have to double date with y'all, so I couldn't just pick one person. So, to make the conversation interesting, I would pick Carmelo Anthony and Mitch Trubisky.
Wow.
Thank you for inviting Mitchell Trubisky for me.
Yeah. That would,
Wow.
Carmelo would impress Pooh, and Trubisky
Right.
to impress JR. And
That's
Wow.
all right.
yeah,
All right.
that's
Good one. All right, Pooh. Who you inviting? You inviting to impress your wife? Want to impress your kids? Or want to impress your co-hosts?
All right. I was gonna definitely rock with Barack for my wife, but since Al selected PB, President Barack Obama, I'm gonna go with the second best on my wife's list. I'm gonna go with B.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Beyonce. She's definitely enamored with Beyonce, with just how in tune she is with who she is, and her blackness and just everything. She's a powerful person, so I'm gonna rock with B for her.
Mm-hmm.
My kids, believe it or not, man, I'm gonna go with LeBron James.
Mm.
Because all my kids know who LeBron James is. Like my daughter was like, that's LeBron James. So I'm gonna go. That's one person who I can walk through the house and like everybody will know who that person is. From my 5-year-old, my 7-year-old, and of course Carter. So that's one person I know they'll know who it is. So with you guys, I'll probably say Jay-Z. Not saying you guys are enamored with his rap career, which I don't know if you are, but I know you have to respect his business mind and his in his business acumen. So I'm gonna say Jay-Z.
Okay.
All right.
They're a good one. So, damn. So, Pooh, you kind of stole mine out of order.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna go Jay-Z for my wife, but you made me think about it. My wife is probably the only person I know who's a bigger Locks fan than I am, so I'll go Jadakiss for my wife.
Okay.
If I walk through the door with Jadakiss, like she bugging out. I already know.
Right. Right.
It's a million cuss words immediately. I already know.
Right.
To impress my kids, I probably stole LeBron. I know if LeBron walked in, my kids know exactly who that is.
Right.
And my kids are so different. Like LeBron's one of the few people that both of them would rock with like that.
Right.
So if I'm thinking of somebody else, I'd probably go Steph.
Okay.
Steph
Yeah,
Curry,
Steph's a good one. Yeah.
Just because, like, my oldest son cares nothing about sports, but So the kid saw a picture of Pat Mahomes one day and said, "Hey, is that Steph Curry?" And it never dawned on me that kid, like, if you don't know him, they could probably pass for the same dude.
Right.
But it's ridiculous that kid was in full Chiefs regalia, and that kid was like, "Hey, is that Steph Curry?" So the fact that they both know who Steph is, and you think LeBron,
Right. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
And to impress y'all, Rodney McDaniel. If I walk through the door, Rodney.
Wow, I would be impressed.
Y'all be fucking impressed. I would. Ain't no way. Y'all be like, that ain't Rodney. I mean, that's fucking Rodney.
Hey, yo, you crazy, man. I just heard some news about Rodney. He moved in his new business endeavor. I think he moved to like Kentucky or something like that. So good job, Rodney, man. Congrats.
Shout out, Rod.
That's what's up
to you, man. Hit us up.
Yeah. But let me say this for 1 second. If Cole was alive, definitely I would have brought Cole in and impressed my wife because she absolutely loves Cole. Yeah.
Cole can get it.
It would have been Cole because all she used to do was talk about Wade. So I took her to some Miami games, and boom, she got Wade. But definitely Cole.
Wow. And second on my list was Yoshi.
Yosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yosh. If Yosh walked back through these doors, y'all be highly impressed.
True that. True that.
Oh man. That good question though. Who's that?
Oh yeah.
Randall. Yeah, you pull that at the top of the back of your mind. That's a quarantine question. You've been thinking about that for a minute.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Randall, for that thought-provoking question. Again, y'all keep shooting these questions at us, man. They're always fun. We almost 200 shows in. We still have fun with these listener questions.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, want to just make us think like Randall, or if you disagree with us, or if you just want to get some shit off your chest, man, hit us up on all social media platforms at Go Defy Life, or you can email us at info@godefylife.com. And shout out as well to the veteran hip hop artist out of Kansas City, Marley Young. I had the chance to interview him last week on the Defy Life Spotlight. Very, very dope interview. Y'all go check that out on the Spotlight. He's a guy who has been in the game for a while. In the underrated Kansas City hip hop scene. He's been featured on songs with Tech Nine. Nelly's always shouting him out on YouTube and Instagram. So check out. He's a dope lyricist. Got a lot of interesting shit to say. So check out my interview with Marty Young and definitely check out his music.
Nice.
But yeah, man. So we're moving on. Let's get this trivia in before we wrap it up. Pooh, you ready?
Man, are you guys ready?
Oh shit.
So, nothing too ill, but what we're gonna rock with tonight? We're gonna rock with Samuel L. Jackson. I felt like going with some film tonight. So
smoke the TV. Okay.
So what we're gonna do is you're gonna name, it's all Samuel L. movies, right?
Okay.
So all you have to do is name a movie. So the movie you name, that equivalates to the points that you're gonna get. So if the movie's 10 years old, you're gonna get 10 points. The movie's 20 years old, you're gonna get 20 points. All right. So, and this is it. Once you run out of movies for Sam L, you're done. Okay. If the person can keep naming them, he can keep accumulating points
So
until that person.
Point total.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh.
All right. It took me a while to get this stuff down, so give me a second. And altogether he has 137 movies.
Damn.
Right. Right. In a movie or two, he's the black guy with the hat.
In movie what?
Because
And number two?
I said in a movie, yeah, he's just in a movie. He's just a black guy with the hat. Yeah, because he's the extra.
Yeah.
So you get it. Yeah. Hold on, let me get my joint up for the Al.
Me first.
Well, I was putting your name, but yeah, you good. All right, Al.
I'm going with Do the Right Thing.
Do the right thing. I know it's do the right thing, so let me get Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing, 1989. Okay. 21. Oh, wow. Yeah. Right. A lot of points on that.
You know it.
All right, Jay. On you.
I'm going with School Days.
School Days. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
The year before.
Nice.
Yeah, sweet. Sweet. All right, Al.
I'm gonna go with what's the name of that movie? The Long Kiss Goodbye.
The Long Kiss Goodbye. I'm trying to think. Do I want to give you that?
That's not the name of it?
I don't think so. Jay, I don't think so. But let me.
The name of it.
I'm saying I can't. I mean, dang, really?
Hey, let me.
It's close though. I'm saying
Hey.
close. Don't get it, huh?
Hey, that's not the name.
That's not the name. You're right. It's not the name. It's not the name.
That's
Not the name.
It's not the name. It's not the name.
I said it with all types of
I
bass
mean,
in my voice. Like I knew that was the right name too.
Wrong and
Right.
strong.
So what is it? What is it?
I'm about to tell you what it is.
go ahead, Jay.
Can I name this? Can I say
Yeah,
it?
because you didn't get it. Yeah.
Dang. What is it?
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh man. So instead of good night,
Hey, back
I
in
said goodbye.
you did. You did.
Oh,
14, 18 years.
Wow.
Jay, it's over unless you just want to keep naming them just because.
Word. Yeah, I want to do that. Let's see how many I can get.
We're going to add them up points, though.
Yeah,
But,
Jungle Fever, which we kind of previously mentioned. Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Time to Kill.
Yeah, looking at it, 96. Yeah.
Django.
Okay. Coach. A Time to Kill and A Long Kiss Goodnight dropped the same year.
Oh, did it?
Nine.
Wow.
Them dropped 96. Yeah.
Hateful Eight.
Django.
Oh, I didn't have that on the list. Okay.
The Hateful.
Forgot about that one. That's a great movie. Love that movie.
Let me get the year. Never finished The Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight, that was a good one.
Okay, Django's 2012. Hateful Eight was after that, right?
I think so.
2015. 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. What else you got, Jay?
Unbreakable, Glass.
Oh yeah, Unbreakable.
Both of those. Okay.
Snakes on a Plane.
He was in that?
Yeah, I just saw that. That was Snakes on a Plane. I just saw that. I don't see it now.
Black Snake Moan.
Black Snake Moan, yes, sir.
What's that? The sequel?
No.
This just made me think about it. But
Black Snake Moan, 2006. It's a good movie. Snakes on the Plane. Hey, listen, bro. He dropped 1, 2, 3, 4 movies in 2006. 1, 2, 3, 4 movies 2007.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies in 2008.
Wow.
Now that's a busy brother.
All right.
What else you got, Jay?
Shaft.
Okay, Shaft, yeah.
Oh yeah. Both Shafts. He did two Shaft movies, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
2 or 3. He just did another one with the original Shaft. Richard, what's his name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's that other one? Lakeview Terrace.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Changing Lanes with Ben Affleck.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
Change lanes. Yeah.
He was in one of the Triple X movies.
Yeah. He was in more than one.
Was he?
Yeah. He was in Triple X and the other Triple X State of the Union. I think that's the first one, right?
Oh, and I forgot my favorite Samuel L. Jackson movie of all time, The Negotiator.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, so he was in 2 Triple X's and The Negotiator. Yeah. What else you got?
He was in Eve's Bayou. That's another good one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
Bayou. Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
Soul Man with Bernie.
Yeah.
I had that down.
Negotiator 98. Eve's Bayou 97.
Unthinkable was a good one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Unthinkable was good.
Unthinkable. That's 2000.
I mean, all the Avengers movies, Marvel
Yeah.
movies, like Captain Marvel, Avengers. Like, yeah, he was in all those.
Yeah.
The Banker.
The Banker.
Oh,
yeah.
The Banker, yeah.
It's 2019 and Changing Lanes 2002.
Oh, Changing
Pulp
Lanes,
Fiction.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. Damn, yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Let me think. Pulp Fiction in the 90s, right?
Yeah, that's in the 90s.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction 94.
I had he was in that Die Hard movie with the Vengeance.
Yeah, the whole yeah. That's 95.
Did we say Jungle Fever?
Yeah.
Okay, you said Jungle Fever. That's all I had on my list.
So you got
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown, yeah.
Jackie Brown. What do you?
He was in
97.
SWAT.
Oh, SWAT. Oh man.
SWAT.
The movie with the shark with LL, Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea. Yep. SWAT is 2003. Deep Blue Sea is.
What am I forgetting?
Oh shit!
Let's see, Deep Blue Sea.
The one with shit. What's dude's name?
Who?
Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh yeah. And that
that.
Kingsman movie.
I never saw those. He was in that.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that either.
Those are pretty good.
He was in a joint in 2001 called The Caveman Valentine, whatever that is.
Never heard of that one.
Deep Blue Sea is 99. Oh, y'all tripping. We forgetting about Rules of Engagement.
Rules of Engagement.
Another great movie.
Yeah, dope.
No Good Deed.
No Good Deed.
What was that?
Eye
No Good Deed. What was that?
Hold on, let me give it a year because I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah.
No Good. Oh, The Great White Hype. I done.
The Great White Hype. You done turn to Google.
No Good Deed. Okay, I don't
Let's
remember
see.
this.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
this point.
Oh, okay. One Eye 7. I never even heard of that.
187.
Oh, I'm bugging. Yeah, 187. That.
I thought you about to say
Yeah, I'm
bugging.
I'm bugging. I totally remember. I totally remember 187.
Meeting Evil
Kiss of Death with
too.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Meeting Evil was a good one. I saw that.
What about Fresh? Y'all seen?
Oh, I loved Fresh.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I never saw Amos and Andrew.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's a comedy.
Freedom
Menace
Land.
to Society.
Oh,
I've seen
Freedom Land. Freedom Land was good.
Yeah, Menace to Society. Sam L was in that.
He was in Menace.
I don't remember him in Menace.
It's on there. 93. Tat Lawson is his name.
The Samaritan was good. I don't remember.
Oh yeah. He was his father.
Whose father?
He's Kane's father as a
Kane?
kid. He's Kane's father as a kid.
He
For
was.
real?
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
And he like, you gonna give me my money?
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it, nigga? I just did some years in the joint.
Right. And then
He let off in his chest. Bow, 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 bow.
he was a juice. Y'all forgot about him and
Oh, he
Juice.
was in Juice. Yeah.
Yeah,
What was his name in
Juice?
that? Yeah.
his name was Trip. Yeah,
Yeah. Funny.
The Exorcist
Him and
3.
Juice?
That's funny.
He was in what?
The Exorcist 3.
Oh wow.
He was the
That- Yo,
the
he the
blind
busiest brother in Hollywood.
Yeah. Shit.
Dang, yo, I don't even remember him in Mo Better Blues.
No, don't shock me though, because I mean that's a Spike Lee joint.
Yeah, he was in there. His name was Madlock.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Death by Temptation. Yeah, and
It wouldn't shock me
a
if he was
movie
in
called
like Coming to America or some shit.
and a movie called
He
Rat.
wasn't coming to America. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He wasn't coming to America.
Yeah, he was the
Oh
hold up
damn,
man.
he was yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know what
McDowell-
made me say Coming to
McDowell.
America, but he was yeah.
Yeah, it was funny,
Freeze,
Jake.
you diseased rhinoceros pizzle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Who the
Oh,
fuck
he
is
was
this
in that.
asshole?
And that was his. He was coming out in that.
Yeah.
He was-
He was an extra.
He was in Eddie Murphy role. So in '81, in a movie called Ragtime, he was gang member number 2.
Oh, really? I saw that movie.
Yeah, in Magic Sticks, he was a bum. And
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy Raw, it was John. And then Coming to America, hold up guy. Then School Days, Leads, Leads. And then after that, he's coming on, Do the Right Thing, Sea of Love. Well, Sea of Love, he's just a black guy.
Wow.
But that's crazy. But yeah, he worked his way up, man.
Yeah.
He definitely worked his way up the ranks. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, no doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
good category, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, Al, you done well, man.
No. Don't throw me that. Don't do me like that. No participation trophies.
Wow.
No, don't do me like that.
None of that.
I appreciate
None
the
of that.
bone. You threw that layup.
Yeah.
Appreciate that alley.
Al 31J50.
Okay, closer than I thought.
Sure. Taking it the points for the other ones. Yeah, he just.
I'll take that.
Yeah, but it's all good though. That was sweet though. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, good category, good game.
Yeah.
Like
No
that.
doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, Pooh, you hosted, man. What's your parting shot? What you got for me?
Man, my important shot, my guy this weekend had a great time. Young fellow, definitely turned 13 years old, man, and it was wonderful. Happy to see it. I'm just hoping around to see many, many more. And I definitely want to shout out to Al and G for definitely a glorious anniversary. So that's all I have to say, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Happy birthday to you, little man. I was looking at the pictures online.
Yeah.
Dude is big.
Right. That's pretty cool, little man.
And y'all have mentioned that before, but there's a picture where he's standing in the pool. I'm like, oh,
All right.
unless that's a 2-foot pool. Dude is big.
Yo.
So,
Right. Oh man, Al, what you got for me, man?
man, I ain't got nothing. Just, congratulations to Senator Kamala Harris being announced as Joe Biden's VP, and I hope now all focus is on getting people out to vote against Donald Trump. Like, usually I'm not one to tell people who to vote for, but real talk, if you voting for Trump, don't speak to me. Like, I'm in that space. I'm just laying it down from here to election day. I'm just on this. We all have to be focused on getting him out of office. And if you're not on that train, I ain't got words for you.
Wow. Ditto all that shit. I'm with you. Happy birthday, Carter. Proud of you, man. You can look at your dad when he tells you happy birthday. You say, "Thanks, little man." So.
I just got that.
Yeah, whatever.
Thanks, little dude. But yeah, happy birthday, Carter. Congratulations to Kamala Harris. Congrats to Al and Gina. I got nothing crazy, man. Y'all check out the network, man. We still hustling, still growing. Still got, we added a bunch of like new, dope ass, beautiful women to this network over the past few months. So shout out to Cornbread Fed, even though some of those faces you've seen on Speak the Truth, but they got their own arena on Cornbread Fed. So shout out to the ladies from Cornbread Fed. Shout out to the ladies from Sip on This coming. Shout out to Stacey Coleman, who joined us last week and started her segment. And shout out to Meg, Meg Barry, who provides content on GoDefyLife.com. And Lynn and Kim is still here. Shout out to all the women across the network. To Al's wife, Gina, Pooh's wife, Keita, my wife, Ladine, all these beautiful women. Remember, there was a time when there was nothing but a bunch of dudes.
Right.
It was a sausage party.
Right.
So,
we're begging for women.
Begging for women to join us, man. They done took over. So y'all make us look good.
No doubt.
And when y'all mad at us, y'all make us look bad. Right. But shout out to all the ladies from across Defy Life, man. We love y'all. And you absolutely have filled in where it's needed to be filled in, because testosterone only goes so far around here.
True that.
No doubt.
Oh, that's all we got, y'all. Again, this has been episode 168 of the Defy Life Podcast. This is Jay, Al, Pooh. We'll talk to y'all next week. Until then, Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life. We out.
We're told that greatness is exceptional when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life Gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit defylifegear.com to get fitted for